Hi there and welcome. So, you own gold sovereigns. You've probably heard they have some pretty sweet tax benefits. But what if I told you there's a hidden tax trap, one that could seriously cost your family a fortune? Well, today, we're going to expose it and more importantly, show you exactly how to protect your hard-earned assets. All right, let's get into it. All the fantastic expert guidance we're about to cover today has been arranged for us by the team at Pro Tax Accountant. They're one of the UK's top accounting firms, and they've put all this together to help you and me navigate what can be a really tricky tax issue. So here's the question that gets everybody. You've heard that gold sovereigns are exempt from capital gains tax, right? And that's 100% true. But this is where a really common and very expensive assumption comes in, that they're completely tax-free across the board. That's not all. Here's where most people go wrong. To get to the bottom of this, we're going to walk through a simple plan. First, we'll uncover the tax trap itself. Then, we'll talk about how to value your collection the right way. After that, we'll dive into some brilliant strategies to slash that potential tax bill, and we'll wrap it all up with a clear action plan. Simple as that. Okay, let's get right to the heart of the matter. While you're enjoying the fact you don't have to pay one tax on your sovereigns, there's another, much bigger one lurking in the shadows, just waiting to take a huge bite out of your estate. So what is this lurking tax? It's called inheritance tax, or IHT for short. The easiest way to think about it is like a departure tax that HMRC charges on the total value of everything you own when you pass away. Your house, your savings, and yep, you guessed it, all those shiny gold coins. Now, the good news is, not everyone's estate has to pay it. For the 2025/26 tax year, every person in the UK gets a standard tax-free allowance. It's £325,000. This is called the nil rate band, so anything up to this amount can be passed on completely free of tax. And this is the number you really need to pay attention to. For every single pound your estate is worth above that £325,000 threshold, the tax rate is a massive 40%. Just think about that. 40%. It's a huge chunk, and it's exactly why planning ahead is absolutely crucial. And this slide right here, this is the source of all the confusion. On one side, you have capital gains tax. Because gold sovereigns are UK legal tender, they're exempt. You can buy them, sell them for a profit, and pay zero tax on that gain. Brilliant. But and this is the part everyone misses, they are not exempt from inheritance tax. They are included 100% in the valuation of your estate. Getting this distinction wrong is the single biggest mistake people make. And hey, don't just take my word for it. Listen to this from a seasoned chartered accountant. I've seen folks assume their sovereigns are tax-free across the board, only to face a shock when estate planning. This isn't some theoretical problem. It's a real-world shock that hits families who just weren't told the full story. Okay, so we've identified the problem. Now, what's the very first step in solving it? It's simple. You need to know exactly what your collection is worth in the eyes of HMRC. So let's break down how you do that. Now, this is super important to understand. Not all sovereigns are created equal. You might have a modern 2023 coin. Its value is pretty much just the gold it contains. That's the bullion value. But what if you have a rare 1819 sovereign? Whoa, its value is all about its rarity and how much collectors want it. That's its numismatic value, and it could be worth tens of thousands, way more than its weight in gold. HMRC wants the true market value, which could be either. So how do you nail this down? It's a simple 4-step process. 1. Make a detailed list of every single coin. Note the year, the condition, everything. 2. Check what they're actually selling for with reputable dealers. 3. Document everything you can. Keep your receipts, get appraisals. And 4. If your collection is worth a fair bit, you really need to consult a professional. Trust me, doing this work now is your best defense later. All right, you know the risk, you know how to value your collection. Now for the really good stuff, the smart, legal strategies you can use to shrink your potential inheritance tax bill. Stay with me here. These next few points could genuinely save your family thousands of pounds. So strategy number 1, and probably the most powerful tool in the box, is gifting. The idea couldn't be simpler. By giving away some of your gold sovereigns while you're still around, you lower the total value of your estate. A smaller estate means a smaller tax bill. Of course, there are some rules. Every tax year, you can give away up to £3,000 worth of assets completely tax-free. Did you know? If you didn't use last year's allowance, you can carry it forward and give away £6,000 in one go.
You can also give as many small gifts of up to £250 to as many different people as you want. And here's the big one. Any larger gifts become totally tax-free as long as you live for 7 years after making them.
So you're probably wondering, what if I make a big gift but don't live for the full 7 years? Great question. That's where something called tapered relief comes into play. As you can see from this chart, the tax rate on that gift gradually drops over time. If you pass away between 3 and 4 years later, the tax is 32%, not 40%. And after 6 years, it's down to just 8%. It's a really helpful sliding scale. And here is a pro tip that honestly is an absolute game changer. Always, always, always document your gifts. I'm not talking about a complex legal document. A simple letter, dated and signed, saying what you gave and to whom is perfect. It provides crystal clear proof for HMRC and saves your family a world of headaches later on. Okay, moving on to a more advanced strategy, using trusts. In a nutshell, you can place your gold sovereigns into a legal arrangement called a trust, which can effectively remove them from your estate for tax purposes. But I have to be clear, this is complex stuff with its own set of rules. This is definitely not a DIY project. You absolutely need professional advice here to make sure it's done right. Now, this next one is for any business owners out there. There's a really powerful relief called Business Property Relief, or BPR. If you're a coin dealer or a jeweler and those sovereigns are part of your business's trading stock, they could potentially qualify for 100% relief from IHT. That means zero tax. It's very specific, but for those it applies to, it's incredible. Whew, okay, we've covered a lot of ground. We've looked at the trap, how to value your coins, and the best strategies to protect your wealth. So let's pull this all together into a clear, simple action plan you can start using right away. So, if you remember anything from our chat today, let it be these 4 things. 1. Gold sovereigns are not exempt from inheritance tax. Say it with me. 2. An accurate valuation is the foundation for everything else. 3. Smart strategies like gifting can make a massive difference to your final tax bill. And 4. The real key to all of this is planning ahead. Don't leave it to chance. Which brings us right to the final and most important question of all. Now that you know about the risks and you know there are solutions, are you ready to take those steps to protect the value of your gold for your family? If the answer is yes, but you're thinking, where on earth do I start? Then the team at ProTax Accountant is who you need to talk to. They live and breathe this stuff. You can reach out to them directly on WhatsApp or give them a call on 0798 568 9912. Again, that's 0798 568 9912, or just pop an email over to info@protaxaccountant.co.uk. They can give you expert advice tailored just for you. And finally, if you want more clear, straightforward tax guidance just like this, make sure you hit that subscribe button for the Pro Tax Accountant YouTube channel. Thanks so much for joining me today. I really hope this has empowered you to make some smart decisions about your future.